What is up, guys? It's a girl here, Paul Maverick. And you know what this video is about. So, a new automation and we've been talking, and they were giving me an array of requests of films to watch. However, and I knew you know this, every movie they were telling me to watch, I was shooting down because I already watched them. No use trying to do a review on a movie I have already watched. So, upon further down the road, they said watch Khakee, which I hope that's how you pronounce the name of the movie. Khakee. 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 At least I hope that's how you pronounce it. So I told them, all right, give me a chance to watch it and I'll go from there. And it was so funny because when I first started watching this movie, like, I read a little bit of the movie. It was basically a team of, policemen are trying to transport this supposed radical to Mumbai, and they are, with unexpected turn of events, they kind of get ambushed. Well, just by reading that premises, I'm like thinking, watch one of them be a bad guy, double cross them, and then the person they're trying to transport is someone who isn't a radical, but someone who got caught in the crossfire, and the bad guys are trying to get to him while those group of people are trying to protect him. Oh my God, lo and behold, I was right. Mind you, I've never seen this movie before. I was just like making fun, like, oh, watch this, isn't that, just for the hell of it. Come to find out, wow, my stupid, jokingly prediction was correct. Anywho, the movie is exactly how I unexpectedly predicted. So these group of policemen are trying to transfer this person, a doctor, who they believe was the mastermind behind the riots. They're trying to safely transport him to Mumbai. As they're trying to transport to Mumbai, a school teacher by the name of, and I kind of knew, I saw this coming, which was so funny. Anywho, Mahalakshmi, basically she says, I need to go to Mumbai. I need to get out of here because, a group of radicals are here in Kanito. I need to go, I need to go. So she's being transported along with the doctor. Turns out the doctor is not a radical at all. Turns out the doctor, basically what happened was, the doctor was approached by a reporter, and the reporter was telling him that the minister, Dihodra, I believe that's the pronounced name, was responsible for killing 5 social workers. And he came to him because he wanted to see the postmortem reports. He had compelling evidence that could easily damn the minister. Well, he gets killed, and because the doctor did not want to cooperate with the corrupted people, the wrongdoers, he gets labeled as a terrorist, thus causing his family to be labeled as a terrorist. That's causing him to be arrested. That's why he's in the predicament to begin with. Also, it turns out that the main bad guy was once a corrupted cop. Why do we know this? Because one of the cops remember him. He was the corrupted cop is named Angar. I believe that's how you say it. Annette remembers Angar. And Angar was a corrupted cop who got dismissed because he had killed 5 innocent people to fake a bank robbery. So out of revenge, because he is at hand with the minister and another corrupted cop that the doctor happens to realize who they were, at first it's thought that these guys are trying to free the doctor. No, they're trying to kill the doctor because he has evidence. Turns out he's still in contact with the reporter's son who has that file, which our heroes end up getting that file with that compelling evidence enough to get the bad guys. But the bad guys know that they have to kill them. So turns out that the school teacher is actually the girlfriend of the main bad guy. She later dies because there's a shootout that happens, and he uses her as a human shield. Let's talk about true love, dude. um, as this continues, I mean, car trouble. It turns out the girlfriend was keeping tabs on the team, telling the boyfriend, telling the main bad guy, hey, they're going here, we're going here, we're going here. Basically, he had been keeping tabs on the team to begin with. How? The girlfriend. As this continues, the minister gets a hold of them because they were on an empty train. Turns out during the shootout, the doctor ends up getting hurt on an empty train. They go to the hospital to try to heal him, and they basically had to take him on an empty train to Mumbai. Well, there's, an attack that happens there. We have one of the cops decides to try to lead the bad guys away, get them to the police station, make them look like they're going to the police station. When he tries to get on the moving train to escape, he gets killed by the main bad guy, Angrier. Sorry if I mispronounced his name. So chaos ensues. Everything's going straight to hell. The doctor ends up dying, even though he told the truth. Like, hey, go find the journalist's son. He has the evidence that is enough to come, get all these bad guys to go to jail. During this time, and exactly that's what happens. They hand the evidence over to the justice system, and each of these guys are struck down. They go to their prison sentence, and Annette, promises to look after the doctor's son, because because of that, the doctor and the family are no longer labeled as traitors, as terrorists. They are not branded no more. They are lifted from that label. During that time, our bad guy tries to escape at the end. At the end of it, he tries to escape, but he ends up getting killed. It seemed like it was a setup, because he realizes when he's handcuffed, one of the bars that he's handcuffed to is loose, because he's going on the route to go to jail. He's going to jail. He was tried and sentenced to jail. He tries to escape. He gets shot by Anat. I think that's how you say it. Anant. And basically he calls and let him know he tried to escape. He's very wounded, and the bad guy dies succumbing to his wounds. A lot of action, yes. It was just one of those things where you can, like I said before, I predicted it, but I didn't think it was gonna actually happen, because I was just, joking around. As everything was happening, I'm like, oh, watch this, happen, this and that, and lo and behold, it happened. For some odd reason, I got a weird vibe of The A-Team, which was an American show, which later became a movie that starred Liam Neeson and Bradley Cooper. For some odd reason, it reminded me of The A-Team. Yes, I know it's not The A-Team, but the fact that you had these group of people, these policemen, 5 policemen, to go and, to what they thought was a terrorist, to go and transport him. Come to find out that the other supposedly terrorists were trying to free him. No, they were trying to kill him, because he happens to have the evidence. He knows the truth. If the truth got out, they all go to jail. It's their asses. It's kind of funny, because there's one cool sequence I remember, is that the good guys are out of house hiding out, but with the precautions they had, the main bad guy, Angry, and his men go into the house, but due to their precautions, they blow it up. Although it's not enough, because when they go to the hospital, they try to raid the hospital. The bad guys try to raid the hospital, but due to the precautions, they end up escaping and everything. Well, and not only that, and that gives the rest of the troops, because as they're at the hospital, because the doctor's name, I believe that's the doctor's name, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Again, he got shot and he's dying. They put him into the hospital so he could recuperate, try to heal him, try to get him up and going. And it basically gives the rest of his troops the option to leave or something, or what do you guys want to do? You guys can leave, I'll stay here. They're like, oh no, we're going to stand by you, The action sequences I did like. I really did like. I'm going to give this movie a 7. Like I said, the action sequences and the story was great, but the execution and kind of its predictability. I'm sorry, guys. I know almost every movie review I keep on saying, oh, it was predictable. I'm sorry. I guess once you see how the cliche of it happens, or when you see a movie that happened to have the same concept, and then you see other movies also with the same concept, and yet you kind of see the same execution over and over again, you can't help but feel like that's what's going to happen. But then again, that's just me. If other people disagree, great. That's okay. I don't mind. That's what you feel. That's what you believe. I'm not here to influence you by how I feel and what I see. I'm giving my opinion of how I see and how I feel. If you agree with it, great. If you don't, you don't. No biggie. Quite frankly, I don't care. Like I said, my feelings, my opinions are mine. I'm not going to let anyone dictate or influence me to think that I'm wrong to feel what I feel, I am entitled to my opinion. I am entitled to feel what I feel as I feel it because I'm human, just like you are. We're all able to feel what we feel. And I felt like this movie was a little bit too predictable. Again, the action sequences was awesome. The story was awesome. It was just like I said, the execution, the execution and the concept and things like that, I felt like were too predictable, But all in all, it is what it is. The pacing, some parts it dragged, other parts it went quick, and other parts it went like a nice natural flow. So the pacing is also something I have to criticize as well. So execution, pacing, and kind of like the concept itself. I don't know, but I am going to give it a 7 because, like I said, the action sequences was just awesome. The explosion of the house, the train, the shootout, the ending where where the bad guy got what was coming to him, most definitely. Like I said, I feel like this movie is a 7. I'm going to rate it as a 7. That's just me. So, Anu, thank you so much for this request. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed the action sequences. The action sequences were pretty cool, in my opinion. Do I wish there was a little more of it? Yes. I don't know. It was just like I said, you kind of already knew. So it was predictable execution, the pacing, I knew, you kind of knew what was going to happen. Like I said, I've seen so many different movies with kind of the same concept, and you just can't help but think, kind of predict where it goes. That's just me. But like I said, that's how I feel, and that's my opinion. All I ask is that you respect how I feel in my opinion, and that's it. That's it. So like I said, I'm going to give this movie a 7. Anu, thank you so much for requesting Khakee for me. I appreciate it. And yeah, just gonna have to give it a 7. Thank you so much, guys. That's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys will have a wonderful rest of your day, and be safe out there. Okay, guys? Bye.